Good Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up today. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today in Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with Robert Kool Bell of the hit group Kool and the Gang. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Tuesday headlines. In national news, COVID-19 in Mississippi, tracking cases, deaths, and latest restrictions. 1,648 new COVID-19 cases were reported in Mississippi on Monday, along with 5 additional deaths. COVID-19 deaths in Mississippi continue to increase as the first doses of the vaccine arrives. It's time for leaders to lead and protect those they lead. At home, schools, houses of worship, work, make the decisions that will bring more Mississippians through the pandemic. State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs said in a tweet on Monday, "Deaths are rising quickly. Sadly, many will not see the holidays in 2021. Dobbs and the state epidemiologist were among the first to be vaccinated in an effort to show those who are concerned that it is safe. The Mississippi State Department of Health continues to report new cases and new deaths. There have now been 181,095 COVID-19 cases in the Magnolia State, and 4,204 coronavirus-related deaths in Mississippi since March." In a related story, the Associated Press says vaccine comes, but too late for 300,000 U.S. dead. The pandemic is a nightmare, says the Associated Press, one that has now claimed 300,000 lives in the U.S. and counting. The U.S. crossed the 300,000 threshold on the same day it launched the biggest vaccination campaign in American history, with healthcare workers rolling up their sleeves for COVID-19 shots on Monday. The death toll was reported by Johns Hopkins University from data supplied by health authorities across the United States. The real number of lives lost is believed to be much higher, in part because of deaths that were not accurately recorded as coronavirus-related during the early stages of the crisis. It took 4 months for the virus to claim its first 100,000 American lives, but with cold weather driving people inside, where the virus spreads more easily, months of reluctance in many states to require masks, and an increase in gatherings over the holidays, some public health experts project 100,000 more will die before the end of January. Scientists' furious pursuit of a vaccine and finally delivering results, beginning with the rollout of Pfizer's formula. If a second vaccine is authorized soon, as expected, 20 million people could be vaccinated by month's end. At the same time, the country is poised for a major shift after an election that was, in large part, a referendum on the Trump administration's handling of the virus. President-elect Joe Biden has made clear his first priority upon taking office next month will be a comprehensive overhaul of efforts to defeat the infection. In more national news, Biden to say abuse of power can't stop peaceful transition. Joe Biden is ready to declare that not even an abuse of power can stop a peaceful transition of power in the United States after last month's election, a swipe of President Donald Trump's refusal to accept defeat, and at the top Republicans who have continued to stand by him. After garnering a record 82 million plus votes, building out important parts of his new administration, and preparing a move to the White House that's now barely a month away, Biden shouldn't be lacking for political strength. And yet he and his team are seizing the news of the moment. Formal electoral college approval, normally a routine, mundane event, to stay on the offensive. That means declaring the election settled and claiming a mandate to begin governing, even if it might not stop Trump from disputing the results or most of his party from backing him up. In remarks on Monday, Biden also repeated his promises to be a president for all Americans who will work just as hard for those who did not vote for him as the ones who did. In business news, U.S. stocks end mostly lower after an early rally evaporates. Stocks ended mostly lower on Wall Street Monday after an early rally evaporated. In the U.S., investors are waiting to see if Congress can break a logjam on delivering more aid to people, businesses, and local governments affected by the coronavirus pandemic, while in Europe, talks continue on trying to reach a trade deal between Britain and the European Union. And finally, in entertainment news, publishing saw upheaval in 2020, but books are resilient. Book publishing in 2020 was a story of how much an industry can change and how much it can or wants to remain the same. A lot of what has happened this year If it were a novel, I would say that it had a little too much plot, said Simon & Schuster's CEO. 3 narratives ran through the book world for much of the year, an industry pressed to acknowledge that the status quo was unacceptable, an industry offering comfort and enlightenment during traumatic times, and an industry ever more consolidated around the power of Penguin Random House and Amazon.com. To its benefit, and to its dismay, publishing was drawn into the events of the moment. The pandemic halt and threatened to wipe out a decade of growth for independent bookstores, forced the postponement of countless new releases, and led to countless others being forgotten. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Respond, never react. Maintaining control over your emotions is one of the greatest keys to creating a peaceful, loving, and successful life. This allows the people you encounter to experience the person you truly are, as opposed to being judged by the erroneous reactions you may have done in the past. Overblown or highly expressive reactions send a negative message. By choosing to respond, instead of allowing your emotions to get the best of you, it demonstrates to others you have a sense of confidence and an inner strength. This mastery of your feelings inspires others to feel at ease around you because they can sense your confidence. Today, be actively responsive rather than emotionally reactive. And as always, enjoy your day.
Robert Kool Bell is our feature in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Robert Kool Bell of the hit group Kool and the Gang rejoined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk not only about their musical success and upcoming release, but also his business endeavors as well. Here's a bit of our conversation. Well, a lot going on with you, not only, of course, with your business endeavors, but also, as I mentioned, a brand new single, Pursuit of Happiness. What has that been like for you, Mr. Bell, to see people responding to the new music?
Yes, it's been great. As you know, my brother passed almost about six weeks ago, and Pursuit of Happiness was one of the last songs that he co-wrote with one of the members in the band, Walter Anderson, and another member, writer, producer. And his whole concept was world peace, pursuit of happiness, world peace. And what's going on right now, is definitely timely, I would say. We recorded Who's Gonna Take the Weight many years ago, and this song is also on that kind of a level,
right.
Pursuit of happiness.
Right. And I love the video. I got a chance to watch it on YouTube. We're going to remind our audience of that. But not only are you celebrating this new single, there's new music that's coming out next year, a new album. Of course, people, are big fans of Kool and the Gang, the great music you all have given us. You also are celebrating 40 years of the hit single, Celebration. I mean, what has that been like for you to reflect on the longevity of that song?
That's been great, because when you write a song, you never know how long the song's going to last and be out there and be popular. And Celebration, 40 years of success, and the song's still, riding strong right now. It was also one of the most played songs, I guess, when Biden won the election. And then before the election, when he was nominated, they played Celebration.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. Be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.